Here's an additional way to add a discussion forum to your course. This time we're going to start with the discussion board tools, which can be found in the course tools by selecting that and selecting discussion board. One of the things that you want to do is you may have different types of discussion boards. You have one set up for your course, but if you're also using groups, you may be able to put a discussion board in a group. Okay, this is important to understand. We're going to be doing it for a course. So when I select course, what I can do is I can add a discussion board to the list of boards that are already there. And to do that, I would be creating a forum and add my information for my discussion forum. And I will go also add a description to this. So I'm going to put the name in. I'm going to add the description and space it out a little bit. And from there, I'm going to make those other settings. Make sure that it's available. Okay, so this is something you want to make sure that's done not only in the discussion board tools, that's where we're at right now, but if you also create a link on this in one of your folders, you want to make sure that it's also available there. So in two different places. Go ahead and make any changes to the settings, whether or not restrictions on posting to threads, if you're going to grade it or not, whether they can subscribe to it, whether or not they can delete or add or post anonymously, add files, etc. And then whether or not they can add tags or rate posts. And in this case, I am going to submit. So I now have my third post. I can reorganize them if I want. I can drag this up to a higher into the area and move it up. Okay, so my unit safety is now there, my discussion. So now what I want to do is I want to have that as part of the course where students could get to it easily. Maybe I want to put it into a folder. So let's go to the content. And if I just created a link to those discussion forums, if I clicked on that, I would see my new forum posted there, and students could go in there and start participating in that. So that's one way of doing it. And there's another video showing about those creating this on your course. Instead, I want to go ahead and put it into a subfolder, and I'm going to add that information right there. So what I want to do is I want to go to Tools, select Discussion Board, and what I want to do is I want to select a discussion board forum and select the new board that I created. So now all the discussion boards are listed, and so I select the one that I wish to use. Okay, so unit safety, and I'll click on next. So what this is going to do is this is going to create a link on in the course, and so I want to make sure that students understand which one it is. And so what I'll do is maybe give it some additional information. I can repost those instructions if I want to. So let me paste that in and go ahead and clean that up just a little bit. And I also want to make sure it's available here. So there's two places you got to make sure it's available. I'll go ahead and track it and submit. And so now this discussion is available. And when I go ahead and click on that particular discussion, I can go ahead and start adding threads, or students can add threads based on what my permissions are. So my unit safety thread, and I'll go ahead and submit this. And so now I have a thread made available, and it's part of that discussion. And so let me go back to content. If I select week 1, I have a unit safety discussion board with my thread. If I go back to the course discussions, I will see the unit safety listed there with a new post in that thread. And then finally, if I go back to the course tools and select discussion board and go into the course discussions, I will be able to see that same information of that discussion. So this is just another way of getting a discussion board into your course.